Baby's all into high-tech stuff. She occasionally buys things because everybody's talking about it, like this Instapot, which I don't know anything about, but some friends came over and they said they have one, they use it to boil eggs. And the eggs came out perfect and that they were easy to shell. You just split them and the eggshell almost fall off. I have found using that if I put one bottle of water like this, I think that's just 16 ounces, and I think it says to do 18 ounces. Well, this is 16.9, so it's almost 18. I put one bottle of that in there, and I put this little racky thing in the bottom of that bowl thing, which is in the sink right now. And I do the eggs for, I forgot how long now. I think there's a thing on here that says eggs. Then they come out perfect, just like they said. Last night I made hamburgers, and if you think about it, what you do, I had some good farm fresh hamburgers, but when you're making the patties, you squish out a lot of the juicy stuff. So what I did was I made the patties kind of loosely, and I wrapped them loosely in foil, and I put that water in the bottom here with that rack, and I set the foil wrapped burgers on top of that. They were some of the best, juiciest burgers I ever had. So I had some Jimmy Dean hot sausage. You can't get good hot sausage in the north. That's just something that I found to be true so far, but it's about as close as I get was a Jimmy Dean hot sausage, which really ain't hot. And I sliced up, they come in a rolled up pat, so I kind of loosely sliced that up, rolled the whole thing up in a piece of aluminum foil, cooked it just like the burgers, but then I took it out. I do that gluten-free thing, so I used some gluten-free flour, which is what this is here, and put half a cup of that in the water that I already had in the bottom of that. I took the rack out. I dumped all of the sausage, and well, at first I dumped the half a cup of flour in, and I swished it around with one of the little wire swishy things, you know, the little swishy things you go with, like that. And then I poured the grease back in there, and I swished it some more, but I also poured all the sausage right back in there and swished it around some more. I put it on saute. And I kept trying to give me a time, and it wouldn't. Brandon told me after this had been cooking for a while that you're not supposed to put the lid on there when you saute. I don't know if that's true or not, but I had the lid on there. After a while, I was thinking, geez, that's been a long time. I took it off, and it came out looking about like this, except that it had burned on about a 1/4 inch of the sausage to the bottom of the container there. So I scraped that off and added it in and gave it a crunchy flavor. Actually, it's quite good. It's very much like what my mom used to make, which was a surprise to me because I have never been able to master gravy that was anywhere near as good as what my mom used to make. So I'm happy about that. I went up to the store and bought me some tomatoes, and I loaded them down with salt and pepper, and I'm about to pour that gravy right on top of it. We're going to have us a breakfast for kings, I'm just telling you. Then I'm going to wash this floor. See, I've been working on that Jeep for a few days, and Honey Baby's been down in Virginia watching her grandkids graduate from high school and such. And the floor's gotten right dirty in here between me and Brandon and Charlie, so I just decided before she comes home today, I'm going to clean the floor. That's one of my chores I do around here from time to time. And then I might clean the floor in the back room, and we'll see what happens after that. And I'll get that Jeep finished up here in a day or two and get back to my lawnmower and my John Deere and get it fixed. But for today, it's sausage and tomatoes. Sausage, gravy, and tomatoes for breakfast. Yum, yum. So I thought of something that I kind of left out. I was talking about that you couldn't get good sausage up here. You also can't get good tomatoes up here. Now, let me clarify that. We live in the north. We have a really short growing season. Even if you try to grow your own, and you got a hot house and you got all the things, you're going to be selecting tomatoes that get big quickly as opposed to selecting tomatoes that's going to taste the best, because you don't have much time. You know, you get them in the ground, and before you know it, winter comes back and it's over. That said, down in Georgia, there's an old farmer that lives down there close to me, Wendell, and his tomatoes are famous. I mean, everybody says you eat one of Wendell's tomatoes and you ruin it for life, because you'll never ever get another tomato as good as the one you got from Wendell. So I asked him to save me some when I come back down there. So I know I'm going to get me some good tomatoes. I'm going to have to wait till the end of the season, but I believe I'll get me some.